Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me again today. This is Hala. Hala is where we share things that smart people have already said. Today, I want to share something really important with you. If you're just starting out as an entrepreneur, there are 4 basic challenges you will face. How you solve these challenges will determine how far you will go in entrepreneurship. I'm going to share them with you and tell you how you can solve them. So the first major challenge or hurdle that you need to cross is your tech stack. A lot of people get stuck overthinking their tech stack. That's challenge number 1. We're going to go in depth into it later. Challenge number 2 is your inability to stimulate interest in your product. Challenge number 3, I know we keep talking about this, and that's because it's important. Zero online audience. That's challenge number 3. The last one is entrepreneurs that don't understand their market. Now let's dig in and how you will solve these challenges. Challenge number 1, overthinking your tech stack. Nobody cares if your app was built using the latest and shiny technology and all of those things. Nobody cares. What people want is solutions to their problems. If your website or your app solves their problem, even though you built it with a Google form, they are going to patronize you 10 times over before they think of somebody else. I mean, people just want their problems to be solved, and they want it solved now, the easiest possible way. So if your solution is a Google form and it solves the customer's problem, that's about it. There is no need for you to break your head over implementing the latest technology. Nobody cares. Nobody even knows. Nobody knows. You use Facebook every day. What language, what programming language was used to build Facebook? You have no idea. That's it. Nobody cares what your tech stack is. For most products, you can start with a Google form. For most products, you can start with a no-code solution like WordPress. And that's what you want to focus on. Focus on the simplest possible tech stack that will get you to your market and that solves the customer's problems. That's what you want to do. So don't overthink your tech stack and don't think that you must use the latest technology. The thing is, once you are able to guarantee a certain level of security for the customer, that's all that you need. No need to use the very latest. As a matter of fact, I recommend no code. Use platforms like WordPress if you're building a website. Use platforms like Adalo if you're building a mobile app. There are no code tools that will allow you to achieve what you're building. Don't overthink your tech stack. Challenge number 2 and how you solve it. A lot of the times, entrepreneurs fail to stimulate interest in their products. And that's so because people think that closing the sale is the big deal. And that's wrong. Closing the sale or getting paid is just 20% of the sales process. There is a whole lot more background work that needs to go in before you close a sale. And that's the part that people usually miss out. So there are 5 basic levels to making sales, right? And people focus on the last one mostly, which is when you get paid. But then we're going to find time, maybe in another video, to talk about these five steps for every sale, right? We're going to talk about it. But the most important thing is to be able to stimulate interest in your product. And how do you do this? Basically, by being clear, so introducing clarity to your copywriting, introducing clarity to your value add. You should be able to communicate properly what people are getting if they buy your product or if they use your service, right? So clarity is important. Clarify what people are getting, your value add, and your copy also should be very clear and concise. Take out all of the things that are not needed. The fact that your sales page is very long or contains a whole lot of write-ups and videos does not guarantee you're going to make the sale, especially if you're not communicating. Clarity is very important. As a matter of fact, most sales get closed from the very top of the website. Your value add is there, people see it, people know what to expect, and then they just click through and go and make payments. That's because they already understand what they're getting. Now, it's when people don't understand what they're getting, that's when they keep reading and scrolling to the bottom. And usually, they just still end up leaving because you've created a sales page that could be 10 Microsoft Word pages in length, yet you've not communicated. So you should be able to stimulate interest in your products through clarity and by communicating your value add properly, and also make a very convincing offer, an offer that is better than what they will get if they go outside. Make a very convincing offer. The number three problem or challenge that new entrepreneurs will face is, and I know we've been saying this a lot recently, building an online audience. Now, an online audience would afford you or accord you the privilege of launching to people who are ready to give you their money. It's a no-brainer. Just build an online audience, and it's really simple to do these days. Just tweet about it, go create a Facebook group or a Facebook page and start talking about it. Ask your friends to share. And before you know it, you're off and going. You have an audience who are ready to patronize you once you launch your product. So that's a challenge, and a lot of people overlook it. I'm here to tell you, if you're overlooking building an online audience, you're making a big mistake. Go back and start building your online audience. It's a major challenge and you need to solve it. Lastly, you need to understand your market. A major challenge entrepreneurs face is they just have half-baked information about the market. Okay, so this is a practical example. Let's assume you've been in education all your life. You love education, you're passionate about education. When you want to start a business, it would make sense that you start a business around education because you know it inside out. You've been in it, you understand the industry, and you know it maybe a number of people, so you've built a network in that area. It doesn't really tally if you're passionate about education, you've been in it all your life, and then when you want to start a business, you start a carpentry business. Carpentry, maybe you heard that's where people are making money and there's a lot of money in carpentry. True. But do you understand the market? Do you have any idea of woodworking? Do you have knowledge of the particular kind of wood that will be used in a particular kind of setting or something? If someone asks you a question about a product, can you 100% give an answer that is accurate? That's it. You need to understand your market. You need to know the ins and outs. So entrepreneurs who don't understand the market or don't fully understand the market usually face challenges, and that's something that you need to solve. You need to play in a market where you have proper understanding. As someone knowledgeable in education, build a service or a solution around that. Stay away from carpentry. Just as an example, but you get the point. So you need to be able to play in an industry where you have experience, where you have knowledge, where you have network, or when you're willing to put in the hours to learn. If it's a new industry entirely, you want to learn. Put in the hours and learn. So these are 4 basic challenges every entrepreneur faces, especially when they're just starting. I hope that the tips that I've shared are things that will help you surpass them. Thank you for joining me again today. Always a pleasure.
Thank you for joining us today. Stay ahead in business by following Hal's Daily Insights.